You ever wonder why elite military units pull off impossible missions while most people panic the second something goes wrong? Ever been in that situation yourself? Ever come up a little short when things were going wrong? I know I have. When you look at the military and especially the special forces, they don't panic because they're fearless. Yeah, they get scared just like we do. It's because they're trained differently. They think tactically. The freezing part of our mindset has been trained out of them. And they learn that they need to communicate clearly and they need to adapt fast. And here's the thing. Those same lessons apply in leadership, business, and even life. And today I'm breaking down 7 tactical lessons you can borrow from special forces that'll make you a stronger, sharper, more resilient leader in person. But before we dive in, as always, please share, subscribe, hit that button so you'll never miss an episode, and share this with other folks so the benefit of you're getting from this podcast will be accessible to others. And if you haven't yet, go to rdltraining.com and check out what we do. And also in the show notes is the free tool I've been offering, the Leadership Competency Assessment. It's a great tool to figure out where you're at. Free. Do it. So let's talk about this Leadership Competency Assessment. Why does this matter? Why would I even take the 10 minutes to do this? Most managers have an idea of their strengths. It's human nature. But blind spots, the things we maybe are coming up short in, those often go unnoticed. And if they're ignored, they continue. You're not going to be able to improve that. And that's often what is holding us back. So this assessment gives you a clear picture of where you stand, helping you focus on what truly drives stronger leadership. And when you complete it, here's what you're going to learn. You'll discover which skills set you apart. Those are your strengths. Where you may be holding yourself back, your shortcomings. And the exact areas to focus in. The ones to become more effective. To make your life easier and more simple. Less drama at work. It's a simple way to see what's working and what needs work. And you may be thinking, is this for me? Am I willing to invest this? Well, this is for anyone that's a manager who especially wants to aspire to a higher leadership ability, who wants more than keeping the wheels turning, the day-to-day, the madness of doing the same thing and getting the same result, but wishing for more. It's designed for anyone who wants to inspire their team, earn trust, and step fully into the role of a confident, capable leader. All right, enough of that. It's a free tool. Please take advantage of it. Download it. It's in the show notes. Let's talk about tactical lesson number 1, preparation. Preparation builds confidence. I've said this many times. Special forces, they never wing it. They've prepared obsessively. They've gone through scenarios, counter scenarios, what goes wrong 100 times before they ever launch into a mission. And that's why they perform when others freeze. It's leadership. And in leadership, it's the same. You want to command confidence. You want to be confident, and you earn it through preparation. So how does this apply to the business world? But think about before a meeting, and I do this all the time. I had to learn to do it. I was winging it, didn't work as well as it could. So before a meeting, rehearse. Before a pitch as a salesperson, visualize where you want this to go. Before a presentation, run through it 3, 4, 5 times. So you have to memorize less and it becomes more natural. And especially before a change initiative, because I've got a great course on managing change, positive change. Before a change initiative, you need to anticipate resistance. Most managers don't do that. Who is going to get in my way? Who is not going to buy in? Who's going to push back on this? And then what do I do about that? I've got to get everybody on board, even my naysayers. So I have to anticipate what they're going to object to. And I may have to have a one-on-one or two-on-one conversation with that individuals to figure out how I can get them convinced before we make this change, Do it before you initiate the change. And that way you're not having to fix things later. Bottom line on this part is you can't fake readiness. You have to build it. And it's that extra time in the beginning that's going to save you countless sleepless nights and hours of fixing things and resetting things and retraining things down the road. Prep it. Think about it. Number 2, you need to adapt fast or you're going to die slow. Plans fail. You know that. Markets shift. People quit. Life happens. So adaptability is the ultimate leadership advantage. Because when things go sideways, you can't freeze. You're going to have to pivot. Ask yourself, what's the next big move? Ask yourself in your preparation, what's going to go wrong? Ask your team, what is going to get in our way? What's going to hang us up? What have we not thought about? So that when, in fact, if that presents itself, you know what to do. You've already prepared contingencies. Just secondary exfil that you can evacuate from and move to a safer, more positive environment. That's what separates really strong leaders from highly stressed out managers. Number 3, we must be calm under pressure. That calm wins every time. Chaos happens, chaos hits. And when it does, you're the boss and people look to you. They're going to feed from your energy. And if you lose it, you can't handle it very well. You can't pass your disappointment or your frustration. That's going to affect them. They lose it. Your team loses it. But if you stay calm, you give them stability. It's not because you're fearless. It's because you're prepared, because you've already thought this through. So how do I stay calm? Believe me, this works. Control your breathing. As soon as you feel like you're freaking out a little bit, catch it, pattern interrupt, know that it's coming, slow down your breathing, slow down your speech. And then don't think about the problem, think about solution. Don't think about blame, think about where we need to go from here. We can debrief later. We can after action report it later, but don't go to blame. Don't go to fear. Don't go to freezing. Think about solutions. Leaders who stay composed under fire, they own the room every time. That's the leaders who get ahead, advance their careers, and make life easier on themselves and especially on the people who work with them. Number 4, Special Forces missions succeed because every operator communicates. They communicated in the beginning, they're going to communicate during the mission, and they're going to communicate after the mission. Every operator, every team member communicates. Every team member trusts because they prepared for this. They worked together in the beginning, so they built the scenarios. They built the contingencies. And they know how to back each other. Builds trust. And that's just exactly the same in business. Missions fail, but missions typically fail because communication failed. Preparation failed. But the leader, you who listens, shares context, draws more information out of your team, even things maybe they're not wanting to hear. That's going to keep everybody aligned and prepared. A team that communicates clearly can move mountains. Number 5, focus on the mission. Distraction is the silent killer of productivity. Yes, you've got a mission. You need to get something done. You need to make a change. But you've got all the other things that may be happening. There may be other issues coming up, which we call distractions. And as long as you're disciplined enough to lock on to your top priorities and not let them leak, you're going to be in good shape. But if you don't think about that, if you abandon your priorities or you're constantly shifting your priorities, you're confused about your own mission, and you're not reaching out to your team and communicating them, well, that's silence. That's the noise. And ask yourself daily, what do I need to do to have a good day today? And at the end of the day, did I have a good day? What's my mission today? Then attack it in full focus. Have a plan every day. Communicate that plan. Involve your team in that plan. Even if it's a day-to-day plan. If you're in a manufacturing facility, how many units we need to prepare, how many we need to ship, how much dollars we need to generate. Leaders who stay mission-focused build momentum and trust. And momentum builds results. It's that calm, it's that steady hand that builds the results that you're looking for. Number 6, debrief. Debrief every operation. After every mission in the military, elite units sit down and review what went right, what went wrong, and what to improve. What went right, what went wrong, and what to improve. And it's usually what went wrong is what we need to improve, usually. You want to be doing that at the end of every day with your team. Take 5 minutes, a 5-minute stand-up. You should have a 5-minute stand-up in the beginning of the day. Here's our mission today. Communicate the mission. End of the day, have an after-action debrief with your team. What went right? What went wrong? And how do we make sure what went wrong doesn't keep happening? How can we build an improvement into our process? That is how you create this beautiful culture of continuous improvement that, man, when you do that, you are sailing. Number 7, stay physically and mentally ready. You can't perform like a pro if you're running on fumes. Move your body. Protect your sleep. Eat properly. Relax properly. Your body, your mind needs the rest. Your body and mind needs the nutrition. And yes, there's something that happens with our hormones that wants us to eat junk food under stress, many of us. That's your discipline you have to resist. You don't want to go hungry either. Get some nutrition and you prepare for your day. Always have something available that's nutritious, that will feed your mind and body. And also sleep, relaxation, downtime. If you're running 14, 16 hours a day and all you're doing is working, something's terribly wrong. You should not be having to work that hard. If you're following these 6 previous steps that I shared with you, that should grossly reduce the number of hours you're having to work. If you're working 1,000 hours, you're either extremely short-handed, could be a reason, or you're missing huge parts of what I'm talking about today that's creating this extra work. You're creating the extra work through some missteps in leadership. So exercise, move your body, get a good night's sleep, get to bed on time. Don't be staying up all night. Eat well, sleep well, relax. Your brain needs that break. So, like I said, 7 Special Forces leaderships. So there's the 7 steps of how to think and win like special. So there's the 7 lessons for everyday leaders to win and lead like a Special Forces team. Make your team a Special Forces team, right? So get out there, learn from this, put it to work right away, and get after it.